Hello, everyone. We are doing a presentation today on the testing method called test case generation. Test case generation is the process of testing software through a test that runs a software through different scenarios. This is normally done through an automated process with algorithms to generate different test cases. It can be done manually as well, but that is not as common anymore. There are several advantages to using this form of testing. Because this testing is done through an automated system, it can test a wide range of test cases and scenarios, giving an extensive test. This helps this testing method to be very accurate. Unlike other testing methods, this method takes out the human factor, meaning human errors are not as much of an issue. This all comes together to create a fast testing method. This method does come with some downsides though. Having an automated system is great for a lot of things, but it also takes out the human creativity and problem-solving abilities along with the human error factor. This can lead to the system sticking to its rigid algorithms and producing false positives and negatives due to a lack of understanding or awareness. The maintenance and upfront cost of this method can also be higher than other testing methods. Despite these limitations, this is still a very useful testing method.
Now, the typical test for test case generation can vary based on what you want to test within your program or how you want to test it. And there are multiple different ways to do that. So the first would be goal-oriented, which entails testing just one part of the overall design. And so the purpose of goal-oriented test case generation is to go section by section, getting each part working. And then from there, you can get the entire thing working. It's very modular. The next one would be random test case generation, which is based on assumption primarily. This one tries to focus on the functionality of the overall program and covers up the errors and the system flaws and faults just to make sure that there are no errors. Then there's specification based, which follows the specifications given for the design. This one can be very easy to implement because test specifications are usually very thorough. They tell you exactly what the program should be doing. So this one might be the go-to or most commonly used. The last one here is source code based, which follows typical control flow paths. It can also follow the flow of data through the program, or like I said, just control. So this one tries to cover up any leaks that might be in the program or any flaws based on control. And so that one is also kind of modular, but focuses on encapsulation.
Test case generation is a critical aspect of software testing that involves creating test cases to validate software functionality and behavior. The test case generation lifecycle typically includes planning, designing, execution, reporting, and closure phases, each dependent on the results of the previous phase. The goal of this process is to ensure thorough testing of the software application, meet stakeholder requirements, and produce a final test report. The test case development process usually comprises test planning, test case design, test case implementation, test execution, and test closure. Test case generation involves different roles and responsibilities that can vary based on the project size. Team structure and the common roles included are test manager responsibilities for managing the overall testing process, test analyst, test engineer responsible for creating and executing test cases, business analyst responsible for understanding business requirements, developer responsible for developing and fixing defects, project manager responsible for managing project schedule, budget, and resources, and stakeholders responsible for providing feedback and validating test results. All these roles work together to ensure that the software application is thoroughly tested and meets the requirements and expectations of the stakeholders.
All right, these are our sources used in the slides, and we hope you learned. Thanks for watching.